role, not as one who pleads with life, but as one who moves in harmony with it, guiding creation from within. Before we get into the book, comment, "I am ready," to affirm your intention to the universe. Part 1. The Awakening of Inner Command. Chapter 1. The Mirror of Intention. In a small village among rolling hills lived a woman named Hazel Anderson, whose garden flourished unlike any other. While her neighbors toiled with scientific precision, Hazel spoke to her plants with tenderness, whispering words of love and encouragement as she tended each bloom. "Grow strong and beautiful," she would say, her voice carrying the warmth of summer sunshine. Her garden responded with such abundance that passers-by often stopped to marvel at the vibrant display. The secret lay not in her gardening techniques, but in the pure emotion she poured into every interaction with her beloved plants. Each morning, as she walked among her roses and lilies, her heart overflowed with joy and gratitude. The universe, ever responsive to the frequency of pure feeling, multiplied her garden's vitality many times over. This truth echoes across the ages. Intention married to emotion shapes reality itself. When you plant seeds in the soil of existence, it is not the mechanical action but the love behind it that brings forth abundance. Your words and thoughts are seeds, yet their power lies not in their form.
Need a free bag of it? Here's one. And another. And another. M&M's.
This is the one for me. This is the only thing. And through the years, I held on to that dream. Pero, ito na madaling tuparin.
Anak eh, kaya mo yan. Pag may ibang manap, laban na.
But in the feeling that nurtures them. Consider the story of Bessie Johnson, who dreamed of a new home for her family. At first, she approached her goal with determined planning and endless lists, yet manifestation eluded her until she discovered a deeper truth. Instead of focusing on escaping her current circumstances, she began to imagine the warmth and joy of belonging in her ideal home. She felt the sunlight streaming through windows that didn't yet exist, heard laughter echoing through rooms still unbuilt, and experienced the peace of evening moments in a space that lived only in her heart. Within months, the universe orchestrated a series of unexpected events that led her to exactly the home she had felt so vividly in her imagination. The power lay not in her detailed plans, but in the pure emotion of belonging she had cultivated. These stories reveal a fundamental law. The universe responds not to what you think you should want, but to what you feel in the depths of your being. Emotion is the language of manifestation, the bridge between thought and form. Ancient practice. Select one heartfelt desire and find a quiet moment in your day. Close your eyes and allow yourself to sink into the feeling of already having received your wish. Don't strain or force. Simply rest in that feeling as naturally as you would bask in gentle evening light. Let this emotional reality become as familiar as the scent of rain or the warmth of sun on your skin. Practice this daily until the feeling becomes your natural state of being, requiring no effort to maintain. Chapter 2. The Field That Responds. In the bustling city streets, where cynicism often clouds the air like morning fog, lived Clifford Larson, a man whose analytical mind left little room for mystical notions. Each morning, he would examine spreadsheets and statistics, believing only in what could be measured and quantified. The idea that thoughts could shape reality seemed as substantial to him as shadows on water. Yet the universe has its own way of teaching even the most steadfast skeptics. One autumn day, weary of his usual stern demeanor, Clifford decided to experiment with kindness, not because he believed in its power, but simply because he had grown tired of his own negativity. He began small, offering genuine compliments to colleagues, expressing gratitude for simple services, and allowing himself to appreciate the good in others. To his astonishment, his world began to shift. Each kind thought he released into the universe returned to him multiplied. A sincere compliment to a barista led to an unexpected job opportunity through her brother. A moment of patience with a confused elderly neighbor resulted in a connection that brought him valuable wisdom for his own life challenges. The mathematics of consciousness revealed itself. Every positive thought multiplied, creating an abundance he could no longer deny. This universal truth speaks clearly. Your focus acts as a magnetic instruction to the field of infinite possibilities. Whatever frequency you transmit through your consciousness becomes the blueprint for what manifests in your life. Consider Myrtle Nelson, whose story illustrates this principle with crystal clarity. For years, her life had been plagued by an endless stream of technical mishaps. Computers failing at crucial moments, phones dying during important calls, cars breaking down on essential journeys. Her response had always been one of suspicion and frustration, seeing herself as a victim of mechanical conspiracy. Then one day, exhausted by her own reactions, she chose a different path. Instead of meeting each breakdown with dread, she began to greet them with humor. When her printer jammed, she would laugh and playfully talk to it. When her car struggled to start, she would sing to it rather than curse it. Her shift from suspicion to lightness changed everything. Miracles began to unfold in the wake of her laughter. Devices that had consistently failed began working smoothly. Her car, which had been troublesome for years, suddenly ran perfectly. Even her home's temperamental heating system seemed to respond to her new attitude. She had discovered a fundamental truth. The vibration of your consciousness speaks louder than words or actions. The power of this understanding cannot be overstated. Your emotional frequency acts as a command to the universe, shaping the very fabric of reality. When you shift from resistance to acceptance, from control to cooperation, the entire field of existence rearranges itself to match your new vibration. Ancient practice. When tension arrives in your life, whether through challenging circumstances,
Okay. Oh, Flanax down.
Flanax deals with the root cause of pain with care.
Para